What's cracking? Big dogs. I cannot believe that there are people playing fantasy football this week. I'd be borderline suicidal if I had my championship game this week. Like, the number one lineup in week 17 consists of probably 8 players that weren't even drafted in the beginning of your fantasy football season. This week is out of control. And I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I don't even know if what I'm going to be saying today is even accurate. There's just so much bullshit going on in the league right now. Players hurt, players not hurt, personal reasons, COVID reasons. Fucking can't do it. I can't do it today, y'all. What's good? Ticky Tick, welcome bike. Conyaron, always the GOAT. Koenig, what's good? What's good? What's good? How are we? For any of y'all out there that need week 17 things, rankings, whatever, they are in the description of the video, completely free for anyone who needs week 17 shit. They are pinned in the comment section. They are also pinned in the live chat section right now. So there's 4 different places that you can go get my rankings. So go get them. Why are you so confident in Ty Montgomery? I'm debating him versus Boston Scott. I'm not really that confident in Ty Montgomery. It's kind of just a lack of confidence in everybody else. And also everybody's dead on the Saints. So they're already without their top pass catcher. Now they're without their top 7 running backs. This seems to be it could be a game that the Saints just end up throwing the ball on 80% of their pass plays, and that's going to be a huge game for Ty Montgomery. I could see Ty Montgomery catching 8 passes today, 8 for 68. Falcons playoffs next year. Depending on the coaching staff, if we're going to keep, I just have no faith in what we're going to do this offseason. I think we're going to keep Raheem Morris, keep Dirk Cutter. We're going to retain all the people that have continued to be problems for our coaching staff. I know it started with Dan Quinn, but the other people in our front office are also problems. So if I had to put money on it? No. I'm not going to say we're going to be in the playoffs next year. Also, because Tom Brady's going to be bike. He's going to be fine. Drew Brees is not going to be there, but I'm pretty sure the Saints' offense without Drew Brees is borderline better than we are right now. Week 17. Let's see. Did you see the news of Brees signing a broadcasting contract for next year? Yeah, he's out. They've been saying that since the beginning of the year that he's going to retire after this year. So, salute to the king. Even as a Falcons fan, fucking hated when we played them, but it's Drew Brees, smart dude. He's gonna be fun to watch behind the mic. He's gonna be good on those games. Put him and Romo together. Let them fucking cook up. That'd be something. Yeah, Brees is just a smart dude. I feel like a lot of these quarterbacks that are kind of segueing into broadcasting now are more open to. We're starting to push out all those 67-year-old quarterbacks that don't say anything fucking knowledgeable or important or useful, and we'll get guys like Brees who can actually break down the plays and make it wildly interesting. So I wonder what that contract looked like for Brees. It's probably $15 million. It's probably more than he has fucking quarterback job. Josh Allen MVP? Yeah, no, probably not. He's probably third in line. I'd say behind Rodgers and Mahomes. What's up, Colin? If the Falcons get Fields, y'all can be insane. Yeah, that'd be fucking really awesome. I highly doubt we get him, though. I think they're just going to go 1-2 off the board. We're not going to have the 2 pick. Maybe we trade up, but probably not. If there was a year that we wanted to trade up for these quarterbacks, this would be it. But I have supreme confidence that we don't do that. It'd be fucking awesome, though. Maybe prior to this weekend's game, the Lawrence fucking Fields showdown, we could have maybe got him at the 3rd spot, but But yeah, that'd be a fun team. Justin Fields, Julio. Even though I don't know how much longer Julio lasts on top of Matt Ryan, so who knows? What up, Brandon? Prediction on Rams versus Cardinals. Oh God. Dude, the line is still What's the line in that game right now? I feel like the Cardinals aren't even like favorites. The Cardinals are -3 against the Rams, who are without Jared Goff. Makes no fucking sense. Makes a lot of sense, I guess, but Walford go off. I don't know anything about Walford. I'm gonna be honest with you, so I have no idea. What's your take on the Falcons potentially using Julio as a trade piece? I mean, I'd be for it if someone else is going to pick up his contract, I guess. I still think he's fine. Like, I know everyone wants to say he's, like, deteriorating because of a hamstring pull, but, like, listen. Like, fucking, what do you want him to do? He had a fucking hamstring pull. You bitch. I would like to keep Julio. Like, if we're going to make another run or two over the next 2 years, like, Julio's a championship piece kind of make a fucking run kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? I love Julio. I fucking love Julio. I don't think he's done. What's up, Matt? Mateus. Kiss me. George, I mean, if you came to the HQ, I'd give you a big fat kiss on the cheek. AJ Brown or Mike Evans full PPR? I'm going to go with AJ Brown there. Also, I said at the beginning of the video, some of y'all are just joining us now, my rankings, if you need help with your sit-start decisions, your rankings, it's in the description. It's pinned in the comment section. It's also pinned on the live chat. So that will link you directly to my Week 17 rankings, which I've posted for everybody. But A.J. Brown, I think, is basically unsittable this week, playing against the Houston Texans, who are still without Bradley Roby, even though Mike Evans is obviously a fantastic play as well. I don't know how you can't get both of them in your lineup. Deontay Johnson, Devontae Parker, or Kiki QT. Is Parker definitely playing? Do we have confirmation on that? Can I see? Let's see. Will be questionable. All right, so they're ever going to fucking tell us if he's playing? I hate how, like, people are just like, oh, he's a game time decision. It's like 1 hour until game time. Like, bitch, is we playing or not? What time are they playing at? So they're playing at 1 o'clock, and we still are getting tweets that he's questionable for the game today. It's ridiculous. Man. I don't really want to play Deontay with Mason Rudolph at quarterback, but I'd probably still go with Deontay. I'll take the talent. PPR, Swift or Godwin to replace Diggs. I'll roll with Swift here. I think a big fucking week is incoming for DeAndre Swift. I think he ends the year correctly. I think they want to see what they can get, see if they can run him for a little workhorse action here. Alexander Madison, RB1 this week. I will not have him ranked there, no. I think he's already flopped too many times as when he was supposed to be an RB1. I don't think he's that great. He's in the same tier as, like, there's a lot of dudes that kind of are going to be taking over a workhorse role this week just for, you know, no other reason than everybody else is hurt on the team. So you have that, like, that range of, like, Jeff Wilson. I have Jeff Wilson at 16, Ronald Jones at 17, Alexander Madison at 18, Malcolm Brown at 20. So you have, like, this range in Boston Scott 24, Rodney Smith 25. So you have this, like, range of 8 to 10 guys in the rankings that are consecutive that all, like, kind of fall into the same realm. I mean, if you're an Alexander Madison guy, maybe you throw him in above, like, the Jeff Wilson or the Ronald Jones, but I don't know. I guess we've seen Alexander Madison, like, we've seen him play the 3-down role. We've also seen him, like, flop when he had that role. So I think the range of outcomes for Madison, I would say, like, the range of outcomes is obviously that he finishes with RB1 type points, RB1 type beat, but that's about it. Hold on one sec. I got to unlock my door. What else we got? Oh, what's up, homie? What up, Aus? How was your New Year's Eve? I got the most drunk since 2010. New Year's Eve, threw up for an hour, but I had tequila, so good. It made me shed a tear. Woke up completely fine too. That's impressive. Yeah, I got really, really not sober. I actually threw up on New Year's Eve. It was the first time I've thrown up from drinking in probably like 10 years. That's not bragging. I was just surprised. Like I never throw up from drinking. New Year's Eve was really, really fun until about 3 a.m. But everything before that was awesome. Daniel Jones or Josh Allen, assuming Josh Allen says very little. Assuming Allen says, yeah, I mean, I have Allen ranked like kind of high, but that's probably a really ignorant ranking I have. I have him at 11, but they're probably going to end up playing like a quarter, maybe a half. So I would not advise playing Josh Allen this week. I need to move him down my rankings. Hurts or Allen? Yeah, definitely go with Hurts there. Need 2 PPR, McLaurin, Davis, Moore. Yeah, we're gonna sit McLaurin. I think he's still battling like a really bad high ankle sprain. Will Zach Ertz go ballistic? Debating on him and Irv Smith in my championship. Yeah, I like Irv Smith a little bit more. I'm definitely not about to say Ertz is gonna go ballistic, but with Dallas Goedert out, I mean they're like back to back in my rankings. I would personally probably go with Irv Smith over him. Dude, I need you. QT, Landry, or Gallup. Yeah, give me Landry there. You got a team that needs to get into the playoffs versus a team that's like sitting their starters. So I'm a fan of Landry there. Who's currently trying out the app? Any patrons, BDGE insiders? No, just I'm the only person that's messed around with it. And it's not even like the app is not. There's nothing in the app really. It's just like the very, very bare skeleton of it. We haven't put any content in it because I actually like hate in season of fantasy football is my least favorite time of the year, to be honest, because I can't do anything else. Everything's so like time sensitive, getting up videos Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then as soon as Sunday hits, all of those become irrelevant. You just need to do it 17 times in a row. Like I don't have time to do anything else, unfortunately. So now that this shit is over, now I can start working on the app. But like, yeah, we haven't done anything on the app, unfortunately. Appreciate you, story time. Is Jameis Winston worth protecting this offseason? Not really sure what that means. Half PPR need 2. Hunt, Wilson. Hunt, Wilson. Wilson is in Jeff Wilson, Madison, Lamb, or Moore. I'm definitely going to play. I'll roll with the 2 running backs there. Wilson, and Madison. Would you play Irv Smith or Ingram? I think I like Ingram a tiny bit more. Alexander Madison, J.K. Dobbins, or Melvin Gordon. You need one of them. Full PPR. You know what? Melvin Gordon lost passing down work to Levante Bellamy last week. I think it's fucking cold in my apartment. I think I would actually go with J.K. Dobbins there, lump nubs. Is that right? Lump nubs? Did I say that right? George Kittle, whoever asked. The Kittle versus Thomas. PPR, need 2. Jacobs, Ekeler, Jeff Wilson. I'll take the first 2, Jacobs and Ekeler. Are you going to focus on Dynasty content this offseason or leave that to Mike and Noah? Well, they will be focused solely on Dynasty content, but we'll be doing... I'll probably join them for the Bunk Bed Breakdown show that we do weekly on my channel more often. I'll do... It's kind of like going to be a hybrid between the Dynasty and like season-long shit for rookies. Yeah, it's okay. You're not like loud. In the freezer, pull out the top drawer. You should see it on the left. You got it, the JD. Are you sure whiskey's going to work in your recipe?
Yes, I found another recipe that was like brandy or whiskey, and then I was like,
yeah, when you're like cognac, I was like,
this one's new. I know brandy's kind of like old man thing.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck do you think I am over here? What are you making?
It's like a Greek cake for the New Year. It's called a basi lopita, and you put a coin in it, and whoever gets the coin gets good luck.
Like someone eats the coin?
Well,
how do you know if you had? Yeah, like I didn't mean like swallow the coin, but like someone's gonna bite into a coin.
It's a quarter, so it's usually big enough where
you like kind of catch it first. You could take that to your apartment or whatever if you need to. Be careful. Yeah, I have so much shit left over from New Year's. I have like 10 bottles just laying around, but no cognac though. Where the fuck was I? Tick. Yeah, so they're gonna focus more on the dynasty shit, but we'll have a bunch here as well. And I think these videos that we do, the live streams, are gonna be with them coming on, so it'll be more dynasty focused in that sense too. I'm in a 2 QB league, and my second QB is sitting out. Should I start Newton or Bethard? I love the content, man. I would go with Newton. I actually feel like Newton's going to finish this year kind of strong fantasy-wise. I don't know why. I think the matchup is good, and they're going to let him, have his one last hurrah, and then send him off and be like, fuck Cam, we're done with him. Later. Crowder or Sanders, Abe? I would go. What's up? I think I actually like Crowder a little more than Sanders, even though we do have some shadow coverage, a little bit of shadow coverage, just like 3 fucking things. Let me throw it up on the screen. So Amari Cooper's supposed to get James Bradbury. Brashad Perriman's going to get Jason McCourty. Denzel Mims is going to get J.C. Jackson. So no shadow for Jameson Crowder. Apparently this is per Pro Football Focus. So just keep that in mind. So it seems like Crowder might be freed up a little bit. So he's not getting any of the big Pats cornerbacks. And again, y'all, rankings are posted for you. They are pinned in the comment section. They are pinned in the live chat. They are in the description as well. So if any of y'all, if I don't get to your questions, you could just go to my rankings and they will answer for you. Would you rather see Animal or Snacks start a dynasty in E-Town? Definitely Animal. Snacks is like way too diabolical for him to have any power. Full PPR, I need 3. J.D. McKissick, Alexander Madison, Logan Thomas, and Antonio Gibson. Jesus, why do you have so many Washington players on your team, dude? So I'm just by default, you're going to diversify and take Alexander Madison because you're not about to start 3 Washington football players. I think we take a tight end, Logan Thomas, and I'll probably take Antonio Gibson. I think he looked good last week. I think he gets a little bit more play time this week. I think he's going to push himself because they need this to get into the playoffs, obviously. So I'll probably sit J.D. McKissick, which is probably a terrible answer right now in full PPR, but fuck it, it's week 17. Billington Bozeman, thank you for the super chat, sir. Ty Montgomery, Drake, or Jeff Wilson, pick 2, unless I should sit AB in my flex and play all 3. And should I play Cousins? My opponent has Justin Jefferson. Yeah, Cousins is a fantastic play this week at quarterback, in my humble ass opinion. You're definitely playing Ty Montgomery, and I would take Jeff Wilson over Drake. I think they have very, very, very similar outcomes in that they're going to get the majority of the work in their backfields, but you don't want your running backs going against the Rams. So I would just take default Jeff Wilson. And I mean, he ran fucking great last week. And then should I sit AB in my flex and play all 3? I would play AB because the Falcons are a fucking travesty on defense in the passing game. Unless it's standard. If it's straight standard, I would play Drake over AB. But if it's PPR, I'd go AB. What is she making? That was my neighbor. She's making some kind of cake, some kind of New Year's cake. She's Greek, so it's like some kind of Greek cake. I don't really know. But she texted me. She was like, I need, do you have any cognac? I was like, what the fuck do you think I am? Like, why would I have cognac sitting around here? But since I had the New Year's Eve party on fucking New Year's Eve, a lot of people like brought their own alcohol, and like 10 people left bottles here. So now I'm like kind of stocked up for the next, literally all of 2021 pretty much. Ronald Jones or DeAndre Swift in DraftKings? DeAndre Swift is, DraftKings is full PPR, right? I would go with Swift there for sure. The guy's had like 5 receptions in like 5 straight games. All he does is catch passes. Trade targets for the offseason. Yeah, I'm going to start doing a bunch of videos on stuff like that. Like top of my head, I think a lot of the rookie wide receivers that didn't have big years will be really good values for trading. I think like a guy like Denzel Mims is a guy I'll definitely be targeting this offseason because so many rookie wide receivers like broke out, and the guys like Jalen Reagor and Denzel Mims, who are fantastic prospects, both from an athletic standpoint and a production profile, Still have a very, very high chance of being very good in the NFL. So those are probably the guys I'm looking at off the top of my head. It's always hard to trade for running backs. Like running backs, that's why you want to kind of go with running backs early and often in your rookie drafts, because it's the easiest place to replenish on them. Newton or Matt Ryan? We'll go Matt Ryan there. He's been on fire, and the Tampa Bay pass defense is not really good. Pick 2, half PPR, Ekeler, Madison, Gibson, Michael asks. I would sit... I want to say I actually have Gibson ranked like one spot higher than Madison. I would play Ekeler. He's definitely my 1. Madison and Gibson, I think, are like 16, 17. You watching the college football playoffs? I watched a little bit, yeah. I watched the Ohio State-Clemson game. I actually watched a decent amount of both games. I didn't watch too much of the Bama game just because, like, why the fuck would I watch that game? But I did turn on to see Najee Harris's hurdle, which is fucking ridiculous. He's such a savage. So shout out to anyone who's got the 101, 102. You're going to have him. You watch any of the college football playoffs? Cooper shadow. Is Gilmore still injured? I don't know. I feel like didn't Gilmore go on to the IR or no? Am I making that up? Jesus. Yeah, Gilmore went on to the IR on December 24th, so he's out. Cooper won't be shadowed. Love is a Giants cornerback too, so likely majority zone for what it's worth. Okay, you might know more than me on the whole Giants thing. What's the latest on Diggs? Bills playing? I would be really surprised if Diggs played much. Although, like, I do want to see what. I mean, they had this last year. I think the situation where they rested their starters too. I'm curious what the receiving title showdown looks like. So Stefon Diggs is about 85 yards ahead of DeAndre Hopkins and about 40 yards ahead of Kelsey, but Kelsey's probably not going to play much. I wouldn't be surprised if Diggs played like a quarter. They got him like 40, 50 receiving yards so he can kind of lock up the receiving title and then sat. But I highly doubt Diggs is going to play much of the game. Gio Bernard will be huge today in PPR, Nick. Yeah, I whatever. Fuck it. Eagles COVID test. What do you mean? Was there like breaking news? Noah interrupting Q&Assault with his own vid. Did he? Is he live right now? Is Noah live? Here's the thing. Like, I just give between Fade the Public and Bunk Bed Breakdowns, I really have no idea what the fuck's going on anywhere. I'm just like, here's your channel. Just do whatever you want. Stop asking to upload shit to my channel. No, that's not true. I just wanted them to be able to put out whatever they wanted. Was it just a regular video, or is he actually live? Because we should have probably coordinated that better if so. In a Superflex Keep 5 league, half PPR, would you trade C-Mac away for Justin Herbert, a first, a third, and a fifth? True. That's a lot to pick up. I mean, I guess you have a better feel on what a first, a third, and a fifth would entail. Hello. Don't say anything incriminating. We're live streaming on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
She said hi, guys. Assault her. What's up?
I was just gonna say cocky stuff.
What happened now?
I just went to the lobby and asked the guy about it. And anyway, but I was gonna just ask if you ever have a chance to look at your cardboard room again, your trash room again.
I'll check. It's not that big though, so if like anyone put a box.
That's insane, actually.
I mean, yeah, we already fucking know that.
It's consuming me. Anyway, okay.
Did you start on the middle design?
No,
Did you start on any of them?
I've just been staring.
Good for you. I'll call you back in like an hour or so.
Bye, you too.
Bye. Where were we? I'm sorry. I have like absolutely no energy. It's really hard to be excited about week 17 when I have no games going or no players going, and like I really haven't paid attention much. So I'm sorry if I help you lose your league. Okay, so back to that question. In Superflex Keep 5 League, half PPR, would you trade C-Mac away for Justin Herbert a first, a third, and a fifth? Off the bat, like without really thinking about it, like, yeah, that's a huge fucking haul. Even in a Keep 5 League, a first-round pick, I feel like nets you – that's the thing. It kills the value of the third and the fifth because by that point, if you're in, 12 teams, each team keeps 5 players. That's 60 players. So that's actually like the first 5 rounds of your draft. So realistically, a first-round pick is almost like a fifth to sixth round pick. A third-round pick is like a seventh, eighth. So you're getting Justin Herbert and then probably like a fourth or fifth, a seventh, and a ninth, if I'm thinking about this correctly. It is a lot, though, because Justin Herbert next year is probably going to be a top 15, top 20 Superflex pick. So it's not terrible. But, I mean, C-Mac's probably a league winner. So depending on, like, you have probably the best feel of what value those first and third and fifth round picks are. If the first round pick that you're getting you think can net you like a borderline RB1, then yeah, I would make that trade. Pick 2 PPR, T.Y. Hilton, Corey Davis, and Ty Montgomery. Who you got? I like Davis and Ty Montgomery there, Wes. Championship week, and I need 3 RBs. Monty, Madison, Jeff Wilson Jr., Ty Montgomery, half PPR. So I will roll with definitely Montgomery. I will go with Ty Montgomery, and then Jeff Wilson, Madison. I want to say they are bike to bike in my rankings. What was it? Jeff Wilson at 16. I have Alexander Madison, or I have who the fuck else were you even asking? I gotta turn my brain on for this shit. I'm out of control today. I have Madison at 18, Jeff Wilson at 16. So even though if it's my team, honestly, I might start Madison just because the matchup is just so fucking good. Tymont and Monty, both Mont gods in there. The once fantasy god Cam Carrier is over. Yeah, it's really terrible to see. I do think, like, I know he's looked fucking terrible this year, but what quarterback that's not like completely elite in terms of like throwing the ball could have succeeded in that offense? Like his best fucking pass catcher is Jacoby Myers, who was like a fucking 6th round pick. Or he might have even been undrafted. I don't even know. You ain't even know. Dynasty PPR, 1 quarterback. Got offered the 103, the 109, and the next year's first for Saquon. I won this year without. Think it might be a good way to get some youth. That's a good haul for Saquon for sure. That's a really good haul. Dynasty PPR. I mean, the 103, I'm assuming since it's 1 quarterback, like Najee Harris, Travis Etienne are going to be the first 2 off the board. Then you'll probably get either Javonte Williams or Jamar Chase, but I mean that's if you're gonna give up Saquon, like that's a very fair deal to do so in. Pick 2, Gaskin, Carson, David Johnson, Swift. Ooh boy. Okay, well first off, I'll say like I really really like Myles Gaskin. There's like almost no way I'm sitting him. And I want to say I have David Johnson at 11, Swift at 13. I have Chris Carson at 7 right now, but I don't think I like that. I need to move that. I need to move him back a little bit. I think I'd actually play David Johnson over the other 2. I think I'd go Gaskin and David Johnson. Can't figure out who to start with this week 17 nonsense. Yeah, you and me both. Thielen or T.Y. Hilton? Definitely Thielen. Jeff Wilson or McKissick? I would go Jeff Wilson there. Usually obvious decision, but just worried about who's going to play the whole game. Thanks, man. Yeah, I still think Thielen and Jeff Wilson are the plays there. Hey, Nick, for starting up a Dynasty League Superflex, should I separate the startup and rookie drafts or have both in the same draft? It's really preference. It's preference. I know a lot of leagues that do both, Ronan. I personally like putting them together. I like having everybody together in the startup draft, but, I mean, obviously it's going to depend on when you actually do the draft. You know, if you do it, if you're going to do it, don't do it prior to the NFL draft. And if you do it prior to the NFL draft, don't put the rookies together. Do a rookie draft afterwards. The problem with like separating the two is like it can cause a really big advantage early on in the year because sometimes depending on the prospects actually in the rookie drafts, like some of them can be extra first round picks. Like if you did a separate rookie draft and a separate regular startup draft with just the veterans, the year that like Saquon came out, you know, like whoever had the 112 got the 112, the 201 in the startup, and then also got basically like the 103 in a startup too because they got Saquon at the 101 in the rookie draft. If that makes sense. I like putting it all together because I think the value evens itself out. What you could also do is do the startup draft and put the picks in the startup draft. So like, right, if someone's at like the 204, they could select the 101 in the rookie draft. You know, I think that's a kind of a cool way to do it too. But overall, my favorite way is putting the veterans and the rookies all together, making sure that you do the draft after the actual NFL draft. What else we got? The disrespect, I love it. I don't remember what I said. 12. I'm like just disrespectful all the time. 12-man half PPR dynasty. Would you trade the 111 and Wayne Gallman for CEH? I think that's I think that's a fair trade. Think about where CEH would go in this year's draft based on what we have right now. Yeah, I think he's probably like the 104 or something. So I think that's a good deal to get CEH. Naheem Hines or Alexander, full point. Yeah, give me Alexander then. With that call, off-topic question, are you more of a FaceTime kind of person or audio only? I'm a big like reciprocator of energy. So like some people like that girl in particular loves FaceTiming. Literally, she FaceTimes me like it's actually kind of out of control. It's like I hope she doesn't watch this, but she does it like 7 times a day, which I'm fine with. But like once you get on a FaceTime call, it's almost she calls me for on FaceTime with things that she could just easily text me. Like they have no reason to FaceTime me for it, which I would rather do text. But like if you're getting on a FaceTime, you know, you're kind of in it for the long haul, you know? I don't do a lot of audio calls. Audio calls are more like fucking strictly business. My favorite FaceTimes in the world are the ones where like you go out and you had like a really good night and you wake up kind of hungover and then you like FaceTime your friends and like recap the night afterwards. It's always a ridiculous fucking FaceTime. But all in all, it really depends on the other person. I'm not someone who really FaceTimes or audio calls like outgoing, but if they're coming in, I don't really give a shit. What's the name of your business style podcast? Can't find it anywhere. It's called Why You Yellin'. WHY, the letter U, and then yellin'. It's linked in the description as well. Let's see. Yeah, it says Why You Yellin' podcast on iTunes, Why You Yellin' podcast on Spotify. So the link is down there. Those will start. The first long form one of that is going to come out next Sunday. So Steve's going to be interviewing me pretty much on those. Yo, Nick, how early is too early to draft a league-winning kicker like Young Koo? It's always too early. If you have to ask the last round of every draft is where you do your kicker. No exceptions. Hilton or Emmanuel Sanders, full PPR. Give me Emmanuel Sanders there. What 2 should I play? David Johnson, Swift, Carson, Gaskins. I believe I answered that. Maybe I'm just delayed. Why are you so high on Ty Montgomery? Because no other running back is there. I think they're going to end up throwing the ball like 75% of their plays, which means Ty Montgomery is probably going to see like 7 targets. Full PPR, which 2? T.Y. Hilton, Nelson Aguilar, Emmanuel Sanders. Give me Hilton and Sanders there. Championship game, and I need a wide receiver to step alongside A.J. Brown, Landry, Hilton, Curtis, or Hollywood Brown. Man, I want to say Landry. Like, my heart tells me to play it safe with Landry, but listen, if you need some upside, I think Hollywood makes a ton of sense because Cincinnati is going to be without a lot of their defensive players on the defensive line, as well as obviously Baltimore needs to win this game. Cincinnati is going to be without William Jackson, their top cover cornerback, and their second top cornerback. I forget what his name is, but I remember seeing he was out today. So Bengals are going to be down a lot of players. So I guess A.J. Brown and Hollywood are cool for me. We'll go with the fucking Brown brothers. I want to get into a dynasty, but don't know anyone to get into one. Do you have any suggestions to join one? Yes, Zach, we will be opening up. This is like one of the key perks of being a Patreon member this offseason is that we are opening it. We opened up like 100 or 125 big dogs only startup dynasty leagues last year. So people that are Patreons, people that are in the Big Dogs Discord channel, get access to the dynasty leagues that we start up. So they're paid, they're buy-ins, you get in with other big dogs. It's serious. Like it's some of the best these leagues are awesome because everyone's in like the same mindset and everyone's like from this community. So we're all just like bullshitting the whole time. The group chats are hilarious. So if you become a Patreon member, patreon.com/BDGE, you sign up, you'll get access to our Discord. And from there, you'll be able to join our startup leagues. They're really, really fun. Chubb or Ekeler, full PPR. Ugh, man, it's hard to sit fucking Chubb. He's been so good. I think I would still play Chubb, man. I think I would still play Chubb. I think they're just going to rely on their best players, and I think Chubb's that. Start 2 of 3 in a standard league. Dobbins, Aaron Jones, Zeke. I would probably go with Dobbins and Aaron Jones. Ugh, man, that's fucking tough, actually. Jones against Chicago. They are coming off a big A.J. Dillon. Maybe I might go bold here, actually, and sit Aaron Jones in a standard league. As fucked up as that sounds, Corey. Do you have more hoodies? What do you mean? Like, to give you? No. Y'all can cop hoodies, bigdogsfantasy.com. We got the merch on and popping. This is our new design. This is like the MTV hits. The big dog clits hits. Transitioning my home league to a keeper this year. What's a good plan for keeper prices? So keeper is a little tricky. What you should do, you should have a 1 year advance for the keeper. You should have a 1 year notice. Like, if you decided that you're just going to randomly change keeper to this year, like, you should have known that going into last year's draft, because you will draft differently doing so. So if you guys just decided like recently or like halfway through the season that you were going to do that, I think you're looking at it the wrong way. I don't think you could do it that way, because people would have picked like rookies a little bit higher. Like, DeAndre Swift might have been a 4th round pick if you knew it was a keeper league, even though it's going to be a little bit detrimental to pick him that high for this year. Great pick for next year. So what we did for keepers, we moved the E-Town Get Down League keeper rules and settings like year after year, trying to perfect it. And what we originally did was, it'll start next year. Yeah, so depending on the number of keepers you want to do, I always think like the lower the number, the better, because draft night is always like the funnest night of the year for us, at least if you do like a live league or a live draft. So we tried to keep that as fun as possible. So we never went above 2 keepers, and we ended up settling at 1 keeper a year, and it had to be a player that was picked in the 10th round or later. So that was our criteria. We wanted players that like you got rewarded for being like knowledgeable and picking them late in the draft, and then not really ruining the early rounds of the draft. Because we started with like 6th round picks being able to be keepers, but there are a lot of good players getting picked in the 6th round. And if you do 2 of them, then that's like 12 of the top 20 players off the board, and it kind of not ruins, but it kind of makes the beginning of the actual draft itself kind of shitty. Like that's the fun part about being in a redraft league, right? Is the fucking draft. Like that is the premier value prop of redraft leagues. It's fun, the draft night. So I always think when it comes to keepers, minimum is better, and you could always add year after year if you want to do a little bit more. But for the price wise, we'd always do like if you kept an 11th round player, then you put him into the 10th round slot the next year. So if I drafted like AJ Brown in the 11th round his rookie year, I'd be able to keep him for the 10th round the following year. How high would you draft Ridley next season? I mean, there's going to be so much that happens, I think, in the Falcons front office or the Falcons team this summer, so it's really hard to say right now. I personally think Julio is going to be back next year, and I think he's going to be fine. So Ridley is still like he's a wide receiver 1 right now, obviously, because Julio's been out, but I think he's more of a low-end wide receiver 1 if Julio is back next year, Like Julio and him are both probably going to be in that like wide receiver 8 to 12-ish range. So I'm not going to fault you because he's been so fucking good with and without Julio, but he won't be like a 1st round pick for me or nothing. Half PPR need 2 safe picks. Cooks, Jeff Wilson, Madison, Swift, Ty Johnson. All right, so safe picks, definitely not Ty Johnson. I think Cooks is like fine for an okay floor, but I would say like Jeff Wilson has just as high of a floor, but he's got a lot more touchdown upside. Madison, same thing. I mean, I would just take two of those 3 running backs, Matthias. I'd probably go Madison and Swift, even though I do think Jeff Wilson might be even a little bit safer than fucking Swift. Champ game, full PPR, start 2 of 3. Madison, Diggs, Robert Woods. Yeah, I just don't, this could backfire and Diggs can blow up for like a 60-yard touchdown in the first quarter, but I'm definitely not going to be playing Stefon Diggs. You have Robert Woods, though, who's playing with Wofford at quarterback. That's really tough. I'm going to take Alexander Madison, definitely. He's going to be one of the 2. And then so you have Diggs, who probably is not playing a full game, and then Robert Woods, who is playing with a backup quarterback, but they're playing like kind of for their life right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Robert Woods get like 4 fucking end arounds this game. If it was my team, I would probably do the safe thing and play Woods over Diggs. Do I start Irv Smith even though my opponent's starting Kirk, or just go with Ertz? Listen, I just want the player who's going to score the most fantasy points in my lineup, so I think both of them are fine starts, but I do like Irv a little bit more. Matchup is fantastic, and obviously Kyle Rudolph's out, so. Pick 1 to start. We got full PPR, Madison, Landry, J.K. Dobbins. I'll go Dobbins there. Wentz requests out of Philly. Yeah, I mean, that had to be coming. Was that breaking news? Yeah, expected to request a trade. This is going to be a crazy fucking offseason for quarterbacks, man. This is going to be a crazy, crazy day or offseason for quarterbacks. Lot of movement. I wouldn't be surprised to see Wentz go to New Orleans. Damn. Thoughts on Fuller next year if he re-signs with Houston? I mean, I'd be really surprised if he ends up with Houston, I think. But if he re-signs with Houston, like I'll go back on board with him. I mean, but also with the same mindset that he's going to miss games probably. So he's a very high upside pick. I mean, he was so fucking good. He was so good. That was where my E-Town Get Down team went downhill. I was sitting in the first seed for too long, and there was just too much time for bad shit to happen. Started with Will Fuller getting suspended, and then it all went downhill from there. But Will Fuller, I think, is a reason. I think going any higher than like a 4th round pick would probably be a little bit too risky for me. But I think like 5th round pick is probably okay for his upside. If you go like running back heavy and then you pair it with a Will Fuller and he hits and he plays like 13 games, you're gonna be looking at a very high upside team. How much did Animals winless Shane Baggs go for? I want to say they all went for between $30 and $40. Maybe the first one went for like 27 and then 37 and then 34 or some shit like that. I think overall he probably made like $100 off the 3 bags. Thanks, Nick. With Cup out, I was thinking, yeah, I forgot that fucking I forgot that Cup is out too. This week has been so hard to get a stranglehold on. Plus the fact that I've been like hungover 2 days. Not a good excuse, but just the reality of the situation. Also, playing against Waller and Aguilar, should I use Carr or stick with Murray? Ooh, interesting one. Did the Cardinals have any chance of making the playoffs, or are they knocked out? Let me see. If the Cardinals beat the Rams, do they get a wild card spot? Like, what are the Cardinals playing for right now? Can still make it. Yeah, I would probably stick with Murray then, yeah. Why so many people thumbs down your NYE vlog? I like that you guys are young and healthy. Why I hate? Yeah, I mean, that's just, listen, anytime you do something like divisive, like that's going to happen. I didn't expect it to be that many thumbs down, to be honest with you. That was probably the most, ratio-wise, the most thumbs down possibly we've ever had on a video. But I completely understand, and I expected it when I put the video out. Like, listen, we're humans, and I know that like the physical health of people contracting COVID can be extremely violent and terrible. But like also there's a mental health part of this for people trying to stay sane, and I think like my friends and I kind of needed that. We haven't done something like that since last year, you know. I thought, you know, what better time than to kind of celebrate the new year and bring it in together. Those are my close friends. So, yeah, like I expected it. Cleveland defense or New England? Let me see. Cleveland, Pittsburgh. I would almost definitely go with Cleveland in this one. There's just too much on the line for them. They're 10-point favorites. They're at home. It's a low. Like they expect Pittsburgh to score what 26 to 16, 27 to 17. So they have 27 for the Browns, 17 for the Steelers. Patriots are playing against the Jets. They're only 3-point favorites. Yeah, I would probably play Cleveland there. I was digging the offseason talk. Yeah, it's gonna be good. We're going to do a lot of business talk this offseason. I'm going to run through. My next vlog will probably be like the business vlog that I put out every year, like kind of going over how much Big Dog's brought in from a revenue standpoint. Different affiliate sponsorships, advertising, product revenue and shit like that, and what we're projecting for the following year. So that will probably be the next vlog we put out. I love talking about that shit. But the Why You Yelling podcast, if you're not subscribed already, we're going to be doing tons of business talk in the offseason. Is Cleveland going to beat up Mason Rudolph again? I fucking hope so. He's got the most like punchable face in the world. I got second, third, and fourth in my 4 leagues. That fucking stinks, man. I'm sorry. Last year, I legitimately played in 5 leagues. I got to the championship in 4 of them. And I'm thinking like worst case scenario, like, fuck, I win 1. I lost all 4 of them in the championship. That's what happens on a 1-week sample size. It's any given Sunday, man. That's why this game fucking stinks and it's awesome at the same time. It could have been you coming out the gates with count, which when you think about it is the only way to start a vid. What? Koenig, what the fuck did you just say to me, son? Half PPR, Carson or Ekeler, also Woods or McLaurin. I think I'm going to go with Carson there, Millie Tings, and Woods over McLaurin. I don't trust McLaurin at all with the high ankle sprain. I really don't. Juju or Gordon for the flex for the title. Dominic, let's run with Gordon there. I'm assuming you mean Melvin. I'm definitely going to play him over Juju. Carson, Akers, Dobbins, pick 2 full PPR. Yeah, we're gonna sit Akers here. Also, I'm not trusting him with the high ankle. I think they trust Malcolm Brown enough that like they're not going to lean on Akers. So I go Carson and Dobbins there, Zach. PPR, Hurst, Gesicki, or Big Irv. Ooh, that's close. I think I like Gesicki a little bit more than Irv. I think I like Gesicki a little bit more than Big Irv. I think I trust him a little bit more. Just wondering why Carson over Ekeler. This is a game that Seattle needs to win, man. And I think that they've kind of completely phased Carlos Hyde out of the game. I think San Francisco's run defense hasn't been, like, fantastic. And they're not really letting Russ fucking do his thing anymore in the kitchen. So Carson's been good. And I don't know. Like, Ekeler, listen, he's been fine. But one, this is a game where Kansas City's not playing their starters, so it's not like I don't expect them to have to play from behind and throw the ball a ton. I don't expect Ekeler to get like his normal 8 targets a game. And if Ekeler if he's not getting the targets and he's not scoring, which is few and far between for Ekeler, like he scored the 1 touchdown last week, but like I'm honestly, as an Ekeler owner, I don't expect that to be a weekly thing. So I think it could be a disappointing day from Ekeler. I could see him going for like 80 total yards and maybe like a coin flip of scoring, but I don't see a big ceiling for Ekeler in this one. Also, yo, if you have not signed up on Monkey Knife Fight yet, for the playoffs, we're running a huge campaign. We need like 35 more people signing up to hit a monster bonus. It's huge for our company. It's huge for our brand. It's huge for the revenue. We need like 35 more signups on Monkey Knife Fight using the promo code BDGE when you deposit $10 and play on there. It's the only thing I'll ask you for in this video. That would mean like 1,000 heart emojis to me. If you have not signed up on Monkey Knife Fight, please deposit $10. Use the promo code BDGE. It will double whatever you deposit, and just go play with that money on there and win some money on the playoffs. I appreciate you, George. You're the GOAT. We need like 35 more signups and people that play on the site. We're hitting a monster fucking bonus. I can't wait till we're making like $1 zillion a year at Big Dogs, and I could just throw parties for subscribers and shit. Stefon Diggs or T.Y. Hilton? I'll go with T.Y. Again, guys, like I might be wrong on Diggs, and he might just come out and ball for the first half, but like I'd rather not play a guy in my championship game that might play a quarter or 2. I lost my lead because Mariota was taken out against Miami. If I put in Bridgewater, fuck, that's brutal. MKF doesn't happen in New Orleans, or I'd be rich as fuck. That's what I think too, and then I end up fucking losing every bet I play. Bro, sign up more Monkey Knife Fight. I'm actually making a profit. Hey, good for you. I'm not. Pick my first play, though. All right, let's fuck around and pick it. I mean, there's a lot of workhorse running backs today. I think the touchdown dance is always my favorite play. Let's run this shit. Let me go to screen share on this. Bad boy. There we go. Beep, bop, boop. Monkey Knife Fight. New game. What do we got? Again, y'all, we need this. Oh, if you play basketball, they got basketball up. We got football going. Star shootout, early games. You know I fuck around with them touchdown dances. Let's see. We need to hit 3 touchdowns between Nick Chubb, Alexander Madison, DeAndre Swift, Adam Thielen. I feel like this is a pretty fucking, everyone I feel like is an easy one. I feel like J.K. Dobbins, all he does is score touchdowns. They're going to absolutely run train. DeAndre Swift scores a ton of touchdowns too. If you feel like Madison is going to get in against Detroit, that's a good bet too. Nick Chubb, I mean, he's a touchdown god, but I guess like tiebreaker going against Pittsburgh, not the easiest to score. I think there are probably three good. I think Dobbins, Madison, and then Gaskins is good, but they might go with someone else on the goal line. I don't know. I'd probably roll with DeAndre Swift here, actually. 2 rookies and Alexander Madison. I think they're really going to give Swift a big workload today and let him roll. It's fucking 3x it. See what I mean? See what I'm saying? I think that's what I would go with right there. I put absolutely no fucking effort into my Monkey Knife Fight picks. That's why I lose every time. I'm sorry. Got any more questions while we're hanging out? It's the last. I signed up twice with BG and lost everything. Love that. You and me both, baby. He does do that. I think it's called the touchdown dance. Yeah. Need to replace Kamara in full PPR with either Ty Montgomery or Ty Johnson. Jordan, I like Ty Montgomery a lot, man. PPR, pick 2. Jags running back, Madison, Gus Edwards. I would go with Madison, and I guess Darian Agumbulabale is not the worst. Gus is not bad either, but in PPR, I don't really love him. What did Dare do last week? Dare Agumbulabale. $14 for 71, 3 catches, 7. I think I would probably go Dare actually over Gus Edwards in a full PPR, dog. Gronk on the touchdown dance. Yeah, I always like that's definitely like what you should do, but I always get a little bit nervous doing touchdown dances that aren't just full running backs. Just look at Animal's TD parlay and hope you don't. You know what's so funny? Animal does probably like 10 of those a week. Probably does like 10 touchdown parlays a week, and they're all like $3 to $5. And he legitimately he'll get like 5 out of 6, and he'll always miss on one. Like last week, he did one where it was like 6 or 7 players to score touchdowns, and a couple of them were like ridiculous. One of them was like a backup tight end he put in the parlay, and he hit it, and he hit 5 of 6, and the only one that didn't hit was Derrick Henry. It was crazy. He would have won. He would have turned $5 into like $820. It was ridiculous. It happens to him every single week. It's crazy. PPR, I got Gaskin, Madison, Godwin, Cooks. Who should I put at the 2s and flex? I would roll with the 2 running backs. I wouldn't blame you with going Godwin over Madison because I don't know what his involvement in the passing game is going to be, but pay that mortgage. You taking any vacations? What you getting with your stimulus check? I haven't really thought about vacations. You know what? Like last year, I went on vacation for almost the entire fucking month of January. I was like in Florida, New Orleans, Vegas, San Diego. But I was like super burnt out by the end of the year, and I think I've done a much better job of not getting burnt out this year. So I don't really need a vacation. I wish the city would fucking open back up so I can like have fun here again. My friend did say he's going to San Diego next month though, in like February 18th-ish maybe. I think I might go with him for like a week. I want to go like somewhere for a long weekend that is just like the woods. I need to get away from like the urban area and just like sit in nature. Maybe take some mushrooms or something. So I don't have any actual plans, but what are you getting with your stimulus check? I didn't get my stimulus check, and I feel like the first time I got a physical check, and I feel like this time it's going direct deposit, but I just like got rid of the checking account that I had with my old bank and just opened up a new one within the last few weeks. And I feel like I'm not going to actually receive my stimulus check now. I think that might be like an actual problem. I have no idea who the fuck do I contact from the government being like, yo, I just started a new bank account. Like, can you fucking send that stimulus check? They're going to be like, fuck off. Hoodie is too dope. Yeah, I'm really excited how these designs, I wish it like popped a little bit more. I'm going to, the site that makes these for us, the manufacturer, like they don't let us do samples right now. But they're opening samples up tomorrow. So I'm going to order like 3 more types of hoodies with the design on it and see which one it pops the most on. I might put those ones up in the store. What is your ideal offseason for the Falcons? Literally wipe out the entire coaching staff that we have right now. Get a really good offensive-minded head coach and then stack up on the defensive side of the ball. I would like to go with the quarterback. Like, it'd be amazing if we got Fields, let him sit behind Matt Ryan for 1 year, and then let him fucking run it up in 2022. That would be beautiful. We're like pretty good on the offensive side of the ball. I think we take Fields first. We can grab a pretty solid running back probably in like the 3rd. get our backfield situated. We obviously don't need help at wide receiver, but we just need so much help on defense. And I think like Dan Quinn just being terrible as a coach, like he had 5 years to make our defense semi-good and just couldn't do it. Brees, Mitch, or Hurts. I'm up 20 in the championship. I'm just going to roll with Hurts, man. He's just a fantasy god. Should I go with Browns, Arizona, or Rams for defense? I like the Browns, man. The numbers just add up again. 10-point favorites against the backup quarterback. They're the ones playing with their life on the line here. Any concern about Ronald Jones' finger surgery versus Antonio Gibson's injury? I'm not really concerned about Ronald Jones. I think he's had ample time to rest, especially with the COVID. I think he probably gets a big workload today. You need to contact the IRS. Here's, of course, Marty weighs in on the fucking stimulus. Yeah, like I've tried to contact the IRS a few times over the last like month or two, but they're like not taking calls because tax returns were so fucking backed up that I couldn't get in touch with anybody. But yeah, I probably need to do that. Tennessee has Woods and Nashville. Yeah. Tennessee. Yeah, I could do Tennessee. I didn't even really know Nashville had like Woods. If I'm going to Nashville though, like I want to go to Nashville, you know, and like fucking have fun there. I'd probably go somewhere north of New York. If you want to go camping, just take Animal Spot in the woods. Nah, I'm gonna let him run that up. He'll have too much fun doing it. Should I go buy my white monster in bulk to save money? Yeah, always. You won't regret it when you crack that second one. Only when you can't sleep tonight you might regret it. Watson, Herbert, or Hurts. Okay, that's where shit gets interesting. I would probably go Watson there, and I don't think I'd think twice about it actually. Should I go with Hurts or Murray in the championship? Yeah, I like Hurts there. Hey, Nick, sorry if you already spoke about it. Can you talk about Ty Montgomery and his high ranking this week between him, Robbie Anderson, Logan Thomas for my flex? Yeah, I would definitely go with Ty Mont. I've touched on him a few times. Basically, my thought process on Ty Mont is that since they have no running backs, I'd imagine that they just go very, very heavily in favor of the pass. And I think that just is going to lead to like 7 or 8 targets for Ty Mont. I don't know if he necessarily has a ceiling, but like I think he'll end up with almost 100 yards from scrimmage just off the fact that he'll probably get like 5 screen passes and a few other dump offs. With the hoodies, it says I can pay with Amazon. Do you know if that means I can cop a hoodie with the Amazon gift card? I have no idea, to be honest with you. I mean, why don't you try it out and let me know. If your bank account was closed, the deposit will be refused and they'll automatically send you a paper check. Now, if your address is different on your old account, you may need to contact IRS. Okay. Well, the first stimulus check went to this address. So I'm assuming if that happens, it would be sent here. So that would be cool. Also, the first stimulus check didn't go to direct deposit. So unless there was a change to something, I feel like it should be a check here again, right? Rather than a direct deposit, unless they change something between the first two. Fantastic season, Big Dog. Most fun I've ever had on a channel on YouTube. Looking forward to the offseason. BDGE is the GOAT. Appreciate that. Yeah, we try to bring you something more than just fantasy football talk, obviously. If you hung out with us for this season, you could tell there was a noticeable emphasis on the type of content that we focused on. It was a lot more just like fucking around and having fun and making sure we were enjoying the content that we were making. That was a big sticking point for me coming off of last year where I was severely burnt out and really not enjoying making content, honestly, by the end of the year. So this year I was like, I don't care if, you know, the growth that we have on the channel. I don't really care about the money that we bring in. I don't care. I didn't care about any of that shit. All I cared about was making content that we'd enjoy. And I knew if we enjoy it, then y'all would, on the flip side, also have fun with it. Madison or Gaskin, thoughts? Yeah, I like Gaskin there. I just think there's no way you could sit him after last week. You're good then. Bless up. Just dropped 5 bets on Monkey Knife Fight. Good Lord. Wish me bad luck. I wish you the worst of luck. Pick 4, please. Hollywood Brown. That's it? All right. For Hollywood 4 times. We're actually, speaking of Monkey Knife Fight, we are working on a Super Bowl campaign, a big Super Bowl campaign. Over the next like 4 to 5 weeks, where we're going to be giving, speaking of animal, we are going to be giving away, it's kind of crazy. This is actually the first kind of big giveaway we've done. We're going to be flying someone out to New York, I think, to hang out with us on the night that Animal has to spend in the woods. So like an all expenses all expenses trip paid for one of the big dogs out there that signs up a Monkey Knife Fight. So we've got a pretty sizable marketing campaign we're going to be running over the next month with Monkey Knife Fight to close this shit up, close the year out, football season out, and the grand prize giveaway will be to come out here to the HQ sometime during the summer when shit's open back up and things have calmed down a little bit and the vaccine has hit the mainstream. Yeah, it's all, yeah. We're not doing it like right now. This will be much, much later when real life has kind of resumed and everyone feels comfortable and safe doing it. But yeah, we're gonna be doing a little wild like that. So you'll come out, probably hang out at the headquarters, probably be around when we film one of the FTP episodes, and then we'll head over to the woods for animals thing. Yo, mom, don't you call me mom. You think it's going to open back up? Yes, it will open back up. It was almost open, and then you fucking idiots down south wouldn't stop traveling. And yeah, I'm not even gonna say that because I was 100% part of the problem too. Okay, there you go. Pick 4, please. Hollywood, Brown, T.Y. Hilton, Robert Woods, Brandon Cooks, Corey Davis, Emmanuel Sanders. So we're gonna go Hollywood. We're gonna go Corey Davis. We're gonna go Brandon Cooks, and I think T.Y. PBR, please. Aguilar, Robert Woods, Mecole Hardman. Fuck. I guess Robert Woods. Let me go Robert Woods. Better idea, Nick. Scrap that idea and I'll pay for it myself. We just need people to sign up on Monkey Knife Fight over the next month. But we're gonna be doing a bunch of skits. We're gonna be doing a bunch of like little video skits to raise awareness for the site, and we just need like a decent amount of people to sign up. So hopefully it works out well. They gave us we're working on negotiating a budget with them for this campaign. So if the budget is what I propose to them, then we'll be able to take care of the trip for whoever wins it. All right, y'all. It's past 12, so we've been on for about an hour. I hope I helped anyone I could. If you have more questions, the rankings, again, my rankings are completely free for y'all. They're linked in the description down below. They're pinned in the comment section. They're also pinned in the live chat. So they're all over the place. If you have any other questions that I didn't get to, you can go find them there. Aaron Jones, Zeke, David Johnson, half PPR, pick 2. Yeah, I'm going to go with David Johnson. And, man, Aaron Jones makes me a little bit nervous this week, to be honest. I think I might actually go Zeke there. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Thank you for coming to the last and final Q&Assault. I'm not sure if we're going to have the next one right away on week in the playoff round, but these will continue to go throughout the year for people that are Patreons. So you can sign up on patreon.com/BDGE. Again, you'll be able to get access to our Big Dogs Dynasty Leagues. You'll get into our Discord where Marty will yell at you probably a lot. And yeah, Patreon will probably turn into a Dynasty Q&Assault in the offseason. So if you're into Dynasty, then that will be perfect for you. If you're not, then it still will be, because now you can join and get into Dynasty. Love y'all, and we are out. Margaritas in baseball or beer and football? Oof. If we're talking about going to a game, like honestly, I could have a lot of fun at a baseball game with some margaritas, but I could also get down with some beer and football. I've become the biggest Terry fan because of you. Thanks for all the fantasy and lifestyle help, of course. Love y'all. Melvin Gordon or Aaron Jones? Fuck it. Melvin Gordon. No, Aaron Jones. I don't know. Flip a fucking coin. Love y'all. I'm out. Hit thumbs up.